Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is my Elemental Hero Fusion deck kind of thing going on here. I'm not entirely sure what to call it because it's kind of a mix between Elemental Heroes with their old fusions and Masked Heroes and kind of the Dark Warrior thing going on. You'll see for yourself. Let's get right into it. Alright, so for starters, I do run 3 of Neo Space Connector. Great card. I highly recommend running him at 3. Normal summon him, and he brings out a Neospatian straight from your deck. To go along with the 3 of him, I run 2 Neospatians in the form of Aqua Dolphin and Grand Mole. I think these are the most I guess, practical and helpful of the Neospatians. I've also considered running Neospatian Black Panther once I get him for a fusion monster that recently came out. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but you'll see. If not, you'll see later in the video. Sorry about that. But yeah, I just feel like these 2 are the most helpful. But I do have a way to summon the new fusion without Black Panther. But when I do get a Black Panther, I probably will switch that out for this. I run 2 Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Basically, it's a mini Neos. His name acts as Neos. I might just entirely cut him out, but I do have him, like I said, for the fusion, and he's a pretty decent card. He was better before recent support, but I still think he's pretty decent, so I keep him in here. I'd have him at 3, but knock him down to 2. You could knock him down to 1, or out entirely if you really wanted to. Next up, 2 Destiny Hero Malicious. I would run 3 if we could, but unfortunately he is down to 2, so yeah. 1 Elemental Hero Stratos because he's at 1, and he's basically the best hero card that we have as summoning wise. 1 Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. I might bump him up to 3. I don't know yet. He's a pretty good card. Basically, he's another summoner and he's another extender for the deck. Yeah, probably will bump him with 3. I only have the 1 for now, but you know. 1 Shadow Mist. He will probably get bumped up to 3. Not gonna lie. Maybe 2. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, he's pretty good. He's your main way to get out Dark Law. So yeah, I run him at 1 for now, but probably going to put him up to 2 or 3. 1 Bubble Man because it's Bubble Man. Might bump him up to 2 or 3. I don't know yet, depending on the deck I want to run. In a different style deck, I'd probably run 3 or none at all. He's more of a card for whatever you want to play. If you play the Dark Warriors, you don't play him, but if you're playing more hero-oriented, then you definitely play him. It's all up to you. This deck is just for, to get an idea of what it could look like, and just go off of it. Next, I have 2 Elemental Hero Prismas. Pretty decent. Might bump him down to 1. I don't know yet. Just really think about it. He's a good card, don't get me wrong, but for what I'm trying to do, he might not be the best. He's basically like a instant fusion monster. Like, you can read it right there. Basically, see what he does. But he does kind of waste resources. Next up, 1 Elemental Hero Avian. I do run him for a fusion that needs a wind monster. I might switch him out for a different wind monster or something else. But for right now, he goes with the theme of the deck, and I keep him in just for that purpose. Next up, I do try and run as many extenders as possible. So I run 3 Goblinberg because basically the entire deck is Warrior, and he's just an instant extra summon. You can go into an overlay if you play them, or into a link monster, or whatever you really need in the moment. Before he got banned, I would use that combo to go into 86 Hero Champion, however you say that last part, I don't really know. But unfortunately he's banned, so can't use him. By the way, this is a 60 card variant for anyone wondering. Next up, I run 3 Marauding Captains. Yeah, basically another extender. And when he's on the field, he's the only monster that can be attacked. But I usually get rid of him before he can get attacked because his attack is pretty low, 1200. So, yeah, I run him at 3 for extenders. Next up, I run 1 Dark Grepher. I would run him at more, but unfortunately we cannot. So, he's a 1 of. 1 Armageddon Knight, you only run the 1, same reason as Grepher. We can only run 1. Great card for the deck, really, really good. If I could run more, I would. 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. I run this guy just in case it comes up that I need him, and I can get the extra monster in the field or get a card in danger back into my hand. Not too bad of a card. 1 Junk Forward. Might bump this up to 2 or 3. He's basically a warrior cyber dragon with 900 attack. Decent card, helps you make plays. Probably gonna bump him up to more. 1 Blue Mountain Butter Spy. When you normally summon a warrior monster, he's automatically brought out to the field. Or she. I think that's a she. Yeah, probably gonna bump this up to 3, 2 or 3, because it's an extender. And if I find other cards aren't as useful, I will bump that up to 2 or 3. Next up, I run 1 King of the Swamp, because if I'm in need of a fusion monster, I can just play him and he's instantly there on the spot. And if I don't need him, I can ditch him and add a polymerization to my hand if I can use it. I do run 1 hand trap in the form of 1 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. It's a tuner if you want to run synchros. I do not run any synchros, but it's a great hand trap. It's an answer for literally anything. I was considering running no hand traps in this deck for consistency reasons, but I decided I should do it. No, just to stop my opponent from doing stuff. That's it for monsters. Next, on to the spell cards. I run 3 Miracle Fusions. Miracle Fusion's always been a good card for heroes. I've always ran it at 3, never thought about running it any less. But now I've been thinking about cutting it down to 2 for space saving. But it would be one of the last things I cut. Yeah, 3 of those. I do run 2 polymerizations. I want to get the OG art because I think it looks a lot cooler. Not the OG art, the anime art. Just because I think it looks a lot cooler. But yeah, 2 polys, get what you need done. 2 instant fusions because I do run an instant fusion monster in this deck. With the extra deck. You could also use this to run Thousand Eyes Restrict and, take a monster. Last but not least for the polymerization cards, 1 Super Poly, just to get rid of your opponent's troublesome monsters. 3 Mass Change, self-explanatory really. Use this card to get it out. Get out a Mass Fusion monster. I do not have any Mass Change 2, or else I would be running them as well. But 3 Mass Change has been working pretty well for me. 3 E Emergency Call, basically the main searcher of the deck. Get out any elemental hero card from your deck to your hand. 2 Called by the Grave, because hand traps with Joyous Spring being a common now in a structure deck, it's very easy to get one. So yeah, I would definitely bump this up to 3. I only have 2 at the moment. But yeah, I would definitely cut something for a 3rd one. 1 Raigeki for monster removal. Honestly, you could side deck this for a 3rd Called by the Grave. But I just do it for monster removal. 1 Foolish to get monsters, into the grave for whatever you need, whatever purpose. 1 Reborn because staples. 1 Reinforcements of the Army to basically search out whatever you need in this deck. Everything's warrior except Ash Blossom, so you can get whatever you want. 1 Destiny Draw for draw power. This is also in case you dead draw Malicious. You could also cut this out for a different draw power card, or for the 3rd Called by the Grave, or a different monster than the ones that you run. It works for me, so I have it in here. 1 Twin Twister for spell removal. You could also bump this up to 2, no problem. And next up for the equip cards, Unstable Evolution, Noble Arms, whatever that word is, Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation, and 1 whatever action unit. 5 equip spells. And I run 1 trap in the form of Rivalry of Warlords. I've been thinking about bumping this up to more, but decided against it. If you really wanted to, you could bump it up to 2 or 3. That's it for the main deck. Next up is the extra deck. I run 1 Elemental Hero Darklaw. You could bump him to 2 if you wanted to, but 1 works for me. 1 Masked Hero and Anki, and Masked Hero Darklaw in case I said Elemental. Masked Hero Anki. 1 Elemental Hero Great Tornado. This is the wind monster I was talking about. It's a pretty good card, so I keep him in here. And this is the card for the Neos and the Black Panther. Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. I just think he's a really cool looking card, and he has a broken effect, so I think it's worth having those cards in here. You can read his effect if you want to. But yeah, and it's one of the higher monsters, attack power wise. 3,000. 1 Masked Hero Goka, just in case I need to get him out. Probably going to cut this because I do believe I don't have any fires in here anymore. I used to run Blazeman and Bursternix before I got more cards. Probably put this in for a different Link monster or another Darklaw or Anki or something of the sort. 1 Aqua Neos because I do run Neos Alias and Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. 1 Grand Neos, because of the Neos and the Grand Mole. And next up is the instant fusion target in the form of Muddragon of the Swamp. He just helps with attributes and with helping out with getting Summon Sorceress out. That being said, obviously I run 1 Summon Sorceress because it's Summon Sorceress. It's an extender. Helps you out a lot. 1 Topologic Bomber Dragon just to get rid of some cards. And just kind of nuke the field and still have him on the field. Next up I run 2 of Isodol, I think is her name. Isolde. However you say it, the 2 tails of the Noble Knights. I run 2 in case 1 gets ashed or something like that. Then I have a backup. 1 Arcana Extra Joker for more attack power, and its effect is not too shabby, but you could cut it for a Nightmare card or anything of the sort. I do run the new Link support in Extra Hero Dread Decimator. It's not the best card, not the worst, but I do run it nonetheless. I recommend at least 1 of those for this deck style anyway. And 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver, just for his decent effect. But yeah, that's about it. there is one card I used to run for nostalgic reasons. Shining Flare Wingman, just because I thought it was cool and it was a pretty good card. I also ran a Alti version of Flame Wingman, but they are too specific in what they need for fusions, so I left them out. So this has been my Fusion Hero Dark Warrior deck, and I hope you guys liked it. And like, subscribe, comment. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. I really appreciate you guys and helping me grow in the channel. Just started out about 3 weeks ago. This is my third video. Try and find time to make videos for you guys. Whatever content you want to see, just let me know, and I will do my absolute best to get it to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for the support. Thanks, and I'll see you next video.